come to the scorer's table, do the pledge.
I trust in God, I love my country, and I will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I will always do my best.
Right now, I'd like everybody to stand, remove their headgear for the playing of the national anthem. Good luck, gentlemen. Play ball.
I don't need to adjust anything?
No, I think it's all right.
Well, we got it loaded. Yeah, we got her loaded up.
We could have. Stars and stripes. Everybody could have booed.
All right, if you guys need anything or something happens, you yell at me and I'll see what I can do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. That championship. Oh, I was so upset. The whole weekend was so good. It was so hot on Sunday, and my battery was so low after having to run on battery the first game. So everything was plugged into my computer for the championship game. My computer was running at 1,000,000 Celsius. Oh god, it just couldn't do it. It was very tragic, but I got bits and pieces of it. But it really sucks. But my computer just couldn't take it. It was so hard. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Leading off for the Braves, number 19, Keelan Probo.
Hello and welcome here to Woodbine Park. It's the District 7 Championship, a 3-game series between the Kingston Colts and the Brockville Braves. Hello, my name is Jacob Ewing. We get off and underway here with the Brockville Braves at the bats in the top of the inning. Starting pitcher this evening for the Kingston Colts, it's number 18. This is Ollie Gallup. We'll look to get things started off strong for a Colts team that last weekend took on the Limestone City Showdown here at Woodbine Park and fought right to the very end. It was a 1-0 nail-biter in the championship game. Went the other way to the West Ottawa Pirates. But it was a great tournament overall. This team really coming together really successfully, as we'll see them later this year at the Canadian Championship. So, well, they seem to be connecting in the big moments when an opportunity here to win the District 7 Championship. So we'll see if Gallup can start things off successfully here, as we'll have 2 innings of work. And leading things off for the Brockville Braves, it's Keelan Provost at the plate. So he count that at 3 early balls here for Provost. An opportunity here for a leadoff walk. We'll see if Gallup can start to battle back and find the strike zone, as the Braves will make the trek to Kingston for the 3-game series. And that one will just hit the top of the strike zone for strike 1. But the Braves, you know, this is a big first game. It really could change the dynamic of the series as you go to tomorrow, which will be at McGaffin Park. And you're up 1 in the series, only needing to win 1 more, and the other team is back against their back heels, and that's ball 4 inside for a walk. So Provost will get aboard first base and give them a runner to work with.
Now batting number 2.
But a big pivotal game. Gives momentum for the other team going into tomorrow and potentially a deciding game on Monday. So there's Camden Jones in the 2 spot here this evening. With Provost over at first, we'll look to advance him into a scoring position, and now Gallup will focus up on Jones, who will play, looks to be starting, will be our starting pitcher here this evening when the Colts get to the bats. Jones gets on the end of it. Now we'll get down in the infield. Scoop, underhand throw to second. We'll try to look potentially to turn to 2, but we'll get the fielder's choice at second. So out number 1, and Jones will get aboard first, but as I just mentioned, it will be a fielder's choice, and we'll have 1 down here for the Colts. A nice play by the second baseman, just with the light toss connecting with the shortstop. We move on in the order. It's Bryce Toll. Will play shortstop in the field this evening. Just look to advance the runner into a scoring position again. Gallup looks to continue his battle. First pitch to Toll. Goes swinging, strike 1. Saw a pitch he liked as Gallup delivered it right down the middle. And so he'll go 0-1 down. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Popped up from Toll. Third baseman moves in, makes the grab. As that's Noah Bedard. Just get underneath of it for out number 2, so the infield making back-to-back plays for back-to-back outs, and an opportunity here to end the inning here for the Colts. As here's Brendan Lanigan, the cleanup hitter this evening, looking to keep things going here for the Braves. They've been on the bats, back-to-back hits, but just haven't had enough power on it. Have down in the infield. Here's first pitch to Lanigan. Strike 1, throw to first after an aggressive leadoff. Get back in time. Nice throw there from Lucas Ward behind the plate. To see runner at first was just a bit too many steps up the baseline for his liking. That's ball 1 up high and inside. So we'll have the 1-1. On the end of the bat, we'll foul that off the third base line for another strike. So now 2 strikes against him, and Gallup an opportunity here to end the inning with would be his first strikeout in his debut in a 1-2 count. Would be huge for potentially his confidence going into the second. Lanigan looking to stay alive. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3, got him. And that does it for the top of the first inning. Gallup strikes out Lanigan, and the first 2 outs were plays from the infield to end the top of the first inning. When we return, it's the Kingston Colts at the bats looking to get their offense going. And, well, in a tied-up game, looking to take the lead here in Game 1 of the District 7 Championship.
0-0.
No. How many pitches?
14.
14.
Pitches for Gallup in the first inning. 14, 1-4.
Yes, okay, I know the team. I know the as soon as you said that, I know the yeah. I knew that too. So much I didn't hear that. No, I know. I heard it. Yeah.
Week from Wednesday. I think we have to be there for Thursday. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Colts, number 21, Ronan Bowie.
So we join you back here for the bottom of the first inning, leading things off here. For the Kingston Colts, at number 21, this is Ronan Bowie. That first pitch popped up in foul territory. Third baseman running to the Kingston Colts dugout to try to get there in time, and now the play will go. So we'll start things off with the strike one from Bowie. He normally does it in the top of the order. The Colts, and well, does so here this evening. The starting pitcher as well for the Brockville Braves, it's Camden Jones. At the mound, looking to start things off successfully in the field for the Braves. An 0-1 count, just misses away for ball one. Here's the 1-1 from Jones. It's over almost very inside, as Bowie had to duck down to get away from it. So we'll have ball two. We'll back-to-back balls here for Bowie. This Colts in the baby blue, Braves in the red. That one just up high and maybe slightly inside, ball three. So 3 balls in a row here for Bowie, and an opportunity here to start the same way the Braves did in the top of the inning with a leadoff walk. The 1-3-1, pardon me. Bowie fires it to left field. Looks like it's getting in foul territory, chasing it. And that's a fair ball. Well, right up the left field line, and Bowie will look to turn to go to third, and he'll slide in there. It's a leadoff triple for Ronan Bowie. As that ball initially looked like it was being fired into foul territory, but I don't even have an angle on it from where I'm sitting behind the plate. It must have somehow stayed fair, and Bowie finds himself a base hit away from getting the Colts on the board here. Some great base running way to make the heads-up play, hustle as soon as he didn't even think about if that ball was potentially going to go in foul. He was just running his heart out. And here's Milo Wan to follow things up here, and well, his job, when you hit in the second spot in the bottom of the first inning, you probably don't expect to have someone on third. That ball's popped up to center, moving back, makes the catch. Runner will tag up and go home. The throw will be a tad off the plate, and the Colts will open the scoring here in the District 7 Championship. So it's a sacrifice fly for Milo Want. And an RBI for himself as well as Bowie comes around. It's a 1-0 Colts lead. Big start here for the Colts in a game that could determine how the next game or two goes as you have the momentum in your hands. Here's Cody Lyon in the 3 spot this evening with no runners aboard. He takes ball 1 inside on that last pitch. It's the 1-0. Likes that one, pops it back into foul territory, so he'll take strike 1. Got a piece of it though, so he saw something he likes, so we'll try to adjust. And Jones needing to shake things off here a little early after allowing an early run and get back to his game. Here's the 1-1. Down low for ball 2. Nice take there from Lyon, just stares down, no need to go chase it in the dirt for that pitch. It's the 2-1. Lyon smacks that one to left field. It goes right up the alley between center and left. And Lyon will turn for 2. It gets all the way back potentially to the warning track there. And Lyon looking for the second triple of the evening. And the throw's cut off. It's successful. Oh my. The Colts batting with power here this evening. And it's, well, through the first 3 batters, it's 2 triples for the Colts. As the Lion got on his horse and made it all the way around. In the cleanup spot, here's Evan Adamson with an opportunity to score another run here for the Colts. First pitch to Adamson away for ball 1. And while especially the left field side of the outfield for the Braves getting tested here early, need to clean things up. Adamson chases that one inside and will get a piece of it for strike. So Adams will go back to the plate here in last weekend's tournament. Played the semifinals game, or I believe maybe even the last game. As runner will come home and score. The Colts make it 2-0 after a bit of a wild pitch there. Gets through the catcher's legs, and Lyon makes it 2-0. As I was saying, Adamson played half the tournament last weekend and then left after, I believe, an injury was somewhere on his leg. So looked good to go though. Obviously wasn't very major. And a pitch to Adamson that got away. Lyon gets around. It's a 2-0 lead here for the Colts in the bottom of the first with only 1 out, and Adamson looking to, well, make something happen. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's below the barrel there for strike 2. Now he's got to protect. Jones looking for his first strikeout of the evening. And a chance to get it with 2 strikes against Adamson, the 2-2. Adamson will shuffle back for ball 3 and now finds himself into a full count. Here's the payoff from Jones. Adamson gets a piece of it and lines it right up the third baseline. And so Adamson will get a single and get aboard first. Perfect, precise location there as he just perfectly plays it up third base. Not able to get there was the third baseman of the Braves, and we'll move on in the order. Here's Dylan Kimmerly to the plate. And with a runner at first, we'll look to advance him into a scoring position. First pitch from Jones to Kimmerly. Adamson's going to go to second. The pop, the throw, the tag. A tad late. It's a successful steal from Adamson. Moves himself to second base and now puts himself into a scoring position. Nice pop and a toss there from the catcher, though. It had a chance as it was accurate. That's Bryson Congton behind the plate. And that's a strike. As Kimberly takes that one looking. Kimberly pops it up. Looks like it might be getting in between center and left, and it actually ends up behind the left fielder. Adamson will get around, and Kimberly will get himself an RBI and a double. And the Colts make it 2-0. as that ball didn't look like it had a much of power on it, but
Now
got
batting
over,
number
gets
33,
over top of the
Everett
outfield.
Walton.
And Adamson able to get around. It's a 3-0 Colts lead here early on. Really getting to the offense and looking to keep the party going. It's Everett Walton to the plate. First pitch to Walton. Goes swinging. Pops it up right to the mound. Jones takes a couple steps back, makes the catch for out number 2. And the Braves trying to get it out of this inning without any more damage done.
Now batting number 24, Lucas Ward.
So here's Lucas Ward. Looking to keep things alive here for the Colts. His first pitch to Ward. Takes it outside for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0. Ward, he puts that one right to right field. The Colts continue to put barrel to ball as he pulled it to right field, and we'll put runners in the corners here for the Colts. And keep things alive here with 2 outs. And here's Noah Bedard looking to cash in another run with a base hit at least. As Walton will take to first base after with a 2-out catcher role, and Ward, will go to back to the dugout and get his catcher gear on. Here's Noah Bedard, as just mentioned. To keep things going, runner's going to go to second. The pitch at the plate's a strike. But Walton will move himself into a scoring position. Now make that 2 runners. Trying to add to the tally of the Colts. An 0-1 pitch incoming from Jones. Bedard gets over it. Just fouls it off. Will be strike number 2. That was very close from staying fair. Just gets outside the third base bag. And 2 strikes against Bedard now. We'll put him against it, and Jones an opportunity to get his team out of this inning, which would be huge for Brockville. 0-2. And Bedard will pop that one into foul territory and back. But he's on it. He's got 2 pitches where he's made contact. He's got to find something fair now. Got to adjust. We'll see how Bedard does it. Played third base in the top of the inning. Will most likely continue to do so throughout this game. He's a very good third baseman. Also a very good pitcher. 0-2. Outside and away for ball 1. Now he starts to battle back, trying to stay alive. Here's the 1-2 from Jones. Inside, barely misses the hips of Bedard for ball 2. So he's seen back-to-back balls now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Gets a piece of it, pops it to right field, and it's getting down for a fair ball. The outfield was very shifted, it looked to be, towards the left side, and 2 runs will score, so it's 2 RBIs and a single for Noah Bedard off a hit that was just popped up. Didn't have a lot of power on it, didn't have a lot of speed. Just gets down, and it's 5-0 for the Colts here. 5 runs in the bottom of the first. And a runner only on first. And here's Colton Jardin to the plate, and I believe a balk has been called against Jones as Bedard will make his way to second as the umpires gave him a base. So first pitch to Jardin incoming. The runner in scoring position. Gets on it, pops it up, looks to be in catchable territory and foul territory, and that's a just drops. As it was very close to that foul line, and with, you know, the sun's going down, it's at that peak where it kind of just glares in your eyes if you get at the right. But Not able to make the catch, so that'll be a strike. He'll have an 0-1 pitch from Jones. That gets through him. A wild one. Bedard will advance to third. Makes himself a base hit away from cashing in another run here for the Colts. And Jourdain will find himself in a pair of ones in the count.
Bluetooth connected.
Pitch from Jones. Jourdain takes it looking. Leaned into it a little bit. Liked it there for a second, leaves it. He'll see strike two, and now he needs to protect. Jones looking to send the Braves back to the bats and get his team out of this inning. Jourdain will stay in it, gets it on the tip of the bat, and will foul it off. We'll stay at 2 strikes. We'll look to do it one more time. Continue the battle. The 1-2 pitch. Up high and away, ball 2. Moves to a 2-2 count. The Braves would just love to get out of this inning. Chance to do it, and they find it. Strike 3 to end the first inning. The Colts put up a 5-piece. It's 5-0 as the offense, especially at the top of the order, really got going. When we return, it's the top of the second inning. The Braves back at the bats, looking to get on the board, now down by 5 here in Game 1 of the District 7 Championship.
Pitch count for Jones, 36. At the end of 1, Colts 5, Braves 0.
Little League, and they wanted the association of the ponies at the time. Okay.
Ross Graham.
Ross or Doug? Dougie's.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Leading off for the Braves for the top of the second, number 10, Emerson Stewart.
Top of the second inning. Colts put up 5 runs, 5 huge runs at the top of the order, was very dominant. In the bottom of the first inning, Braves to the bats. It's leading things off number 10. This is Emerson Stewart. And Stewart, well, big task to do now. To start things off for the Braves with at least love to get
on the board here. So the Braves looking to do so down by 5. We'll see if they get on the board. That's a strike as Ollie Gallup back at the mound for his second inning of work. He's done a good job so far. Still allowing no runs scored against them. The Colts will put up 5 runs in the first inning. Looking to, well, maintain their lead. Pitch from Gallup. Outside for a ball. So 2-1 count to start things off for Stewart, who's playing right field this evening for the Braves. The Braves, their outfield wasn't the strongest in the bottom of the first. We saw some early hits from the Colts that were out there, and it just didn't look, maybe the sun was in their eyes, just some plays where balls were going over top of their heads were allowing extra bases for the Colts. That's strike 2 from Gallup, an opportunity to start the top of the second with a strikeout, and gets it with the heater. Beautiful pitch from Ollie Gallup
Now batting
for a
number
strikeout,
26,
and out
Lachlan
number 1
Boyle.
here in the top of the second. Here's Lachlan Boyle, who's playing second base for the Braves. The righty looking to try to get something going. A strike 1 from Gallup. Beautiful pitch there. He looks starting to feel himself here in the top of the second. Looking very, very strong. The 0-1 to Boyle. Gets a piece of it high up in the zone, maybe above the zone. And Kimberly, who got on the fence to try to catch that ball, will just miss it. He had to actually look closer than I think a lot of people expected, so I don't mind the effort there from Kimberly, but a foul ball will be another strike for strike 2, and now a chance for back-to-back strikeouts here for Gallup if he can find it. Boyle needing to battle the 0-2. Up high, ball 1. Still has him up against it. Gallup looking for it. 1-2 pitch. Just misses low. Nice take there from Boyle. We'll move him to ball 2. Could have gone either way in the count there, but ump will call it a ball. So we'll have back-to-back balls in the count, and Boyle starting to battle. 2-2. And he hits that right to third and gets through the glove of Bedard. And Boyle will get a base for a base hit. As Bedard was there, just couldn't handle the heat as it just slipped through his glove, was able to slow it down and eventually get to it. But runner on first now for the Braves, looking to get on the board here, down by 5 here early on. And here's Grayson Andrus to the plate. Extra hitter there here this evening for the Braves. That's strike 1 from Gallup, who now has a runner to keep in his mind over at first. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2, throw to first, just a tad late. So at the plate here, Andrus down 0-2. Needs to protect anything over the strike zone, or Gallup will find his second strikeout here in the top of the second. He's a good pitcher, looking to show it. Gets it. Strike 3 for the punch out. And 2 outs now. Here in the top of the second, the Colts looking to keep the Braves scoreless through 2 innings. Here's Aaron Jansen, trying to advance the runner to a scoring position. Gallup would strike out the side with 3 strikeouts if he was able to get one here. Ball 1 low on Jansen. Here's the 1-0. Make that Gallup will turn and just make sure runner Boyle is staying where he's supposed to be in Gallup's mind over at first. He'll dive back. Won't throw the ball. We'll just kind of send him a message there. 1-0 now. Gets a piece of it. Fouls it back. Jansen does. Will take strike 1 off the foul ball. And so we'll have a 1-1 count here for Jansen as we approach the bottom of the order for the Brockville Braves. As Jansen's in the 8th spot, swinging a miss, strike 2, throw to first. A little late, making sure Boyle doesn't get too aggressive here at the plate. A 1-2 count. Chance for Gallup to get the Colts back to the bats here. They would love to find it. Jansen needing to stay alive for the Braves. If they look to continue to be at the bats. The 1-2 pitch gets him. Strike 3 to end the top of the second. And it's a strong performance from Ollie Gallup through 2 innings. And that will do it we'll send the Colts back to the bats. It's still a 5-0 game as the Braves are held scoreless through 2 innings. When we return, the Colts look to extend their lead up by 5 and make their cushion a little bit more comfortable.
Pitch count. Dab.
Must be shutting off because of inactivity or something.
Yeah. Can you kill the Bluetooth part of it? Seeing we're not playing music? Couldn't play.
Is it playing? Is it playing music?
No, we're not playing any music.
Yeah.
My extension cord unplugged?
The yellow one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's this plug up here.
Oh, there we go.
Now batting for the Colts, number 7, Quinn McCarthy.
So leading things off here for the Kingston Colts in the bottom of the second inning, it's Quinn McCarty. So looking to keep the bats hot for the Kingston Colts, put up 5 runs in the bottom of the first. It was the top of the order just really getting to work. Really got to Jones. And while the outfield, a couple balls over top of their head, extended a couple bases. It was 2 triples to the first 3 batters. As Cody Lyon hit one, as well as top of the leadoff hitter. That one's up high for a ball. So looking to replicate that. I'd love to do it, as I believe we're approaching close to bottom of the order here for the Colts, as they've really made their way through the lineup. Fouled back for a strike against McCarty. As Jones looking to have a much better inning here in the bottom of the second than his team had in the bottom of the first. Not the start the Braves would have wanted. Looking to battle back. That one's away for another ball. And a 3-2 count. Here early on, it looks to be a full count. And ball 4 goes McCarty's way. So a lead-off walk here for the Colts. Puts a runner at first base and gives them something to work with.
Number 18, Ollie Gallup.
And so we'll have Ollie Gallup obviously pitch the first 2 innings here for the Colts. A pitcher versus pitcher battle against Jones. Looking just to advance runner to his scoring position after McCarty won a full count against Jones, which went ball 4 his way. So our first pitch to Gallup, been successful at the mound. We'll see if he can bring that success to the plate. Throw to first just to test. McCarty slides back in time. As that's Jansen over at first as well. And so Gallup will get ready, step into the box, and the righty will have his first pitch of the ball game. Runner's going to go to second. Throw first pitch will be a ball, and a successful steal from Quinn would have put himself in a scoring position. Makes Gallup's job a little bit easier if he wants to bat him around. Here's the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. So back-to-back balls here for Gallup. Jones is struggling to find the strike zone here early on, the bottom second. That's strike 1. starts his battle back. As Gallup will take a strike look and didn't need to pull the trigger on that one. It was a good pitch there from Jones away into the bottom corner. 2-1. Gallup gets a piece of it as he had to just reach for it. Bobbled around by the shortstop, and Gallup will run it out. To first will put runners in the corners. It's a base hit for Ollie Gallup. As that was Bryce Toll at shortstop for the Braves. Just bounced off his glove and unable to cradle it. And here's Lane Harrington for the Colts. An opportunity here to get another run here for Kingston with a base hit with the runner over at third. First pitch to Harrington. Up high, runners go to second. Gallup will put himself in a scoring position. It's a 1-0 count after we saw ball one moments ago for Harrington. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Chased it, strike one as he just reached for it, not able to get a piece of it on the bat. So we'll split the first two pitches 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jones. Up high, ball two. So Jones's location here early on it's been off and on. He's found some strikes, found some balls. Just really needs to find the strike zone. Harrington pops it up to the shortstop, makes the catch for an out. It's out number one. As that was not the probably hit Harrington would have wanted, just got a piece of it, pops it vertical, and a nice grab there by Toll to get the out. We'll go back to the top of the order here for the Colts. Here's Ronan Bowie to the plate. Bowie's first at bat was able to get himself a triple. They would love to replicate that again, I'm sure of it. As well, you don't see there's very much in many of these games, but Colts already have two here this evening. And here's the 0-1 pitch. After he fouled the last one back, he'll foul this one back as well for strike two. And now Bowie's up against it. Chance for a strikeout here for Camden Jones, who his pitch count is getting up. We'll see if the Braves let him just go as many as possible with a maximum of 95. 0-2. Bowie gets on the end of it, sends it to center field, and gets the out after a very close catch near the grass for out number two. As out in center field, that's Brandon Lanigan. And so Bowie will be sent back to the dugout in a nice heads-up play there at second from Ollie Gallup to get back and save himself from a potential double play. So here's Milo Wand looking to keep the inning alive here for the Colts at the bats, but the Braves looking to get out of it with 0 runs against them. Ball one, outside and low. Would be huge for the confidence here of the Braves. After allowing 5 runs in the first, Juan gets on the end of it, a lightly hit ball, and gets out of the glove of the second baseman. As it looked like there would be enough time to fire it to first, but a bit of a fumble there will allow a runner to score as McCarty gets around. It's a 6-0 Colts lead here as an RBI awarded to Wand.
Now batting number 23, Cody Lyon.
So here's Cody Lyon to the plate. First pitch to Lyon. Strike one, runner's gonna go to second, and they won't test him as with runners in the corners. You gotta be careful of that runner at third if they do throw it down to second. Strike one against Lyon though, who also had a triple in the bottom of the first. His second at-bat already here in the bottom of only in the bottom of the second. 0-1 goes swinging, strike two. A chance to get for Jones to get his team out of it with only one run scored against them. Line fouls it off. Stay at 2 strikes. And he'll look to continue his battle here. As Jones, well, he's got some balls to work with. He could maybe throw some off speed, just throw one outside, just mess up the rhythm, or will he just attack the strike zone aggressively? We'll have another 0-2 pitch from Jones. And again, Line will foul it back. And stay at 0-2, so we've seen 4 pitches now, all within around the strike zone. Fouls 2 back. We'll see if Jones continues to look for the strike 3. 0-2 again. Up high, ball 1. So finally, Line will get himself a ball. And he'll take it and focus back up and look to continue to battle. That one's popped up to right. Could be a similar situation we saw earlier in the game where the infield and the outfield has shifted almost significantly to the left side. And so 2 runs will get around. So it's 2 RBIs in a single for Cody Line, and the Colts make it 8-0 after the Brockville Braves were 1 pitch away from getting themselves out of it, only with 1 run allowed in the bottom of the second. 2 runs added to that tally for the Colts. 3 runs here in the bottom of the second overall. And a balk has been called. Because the umpire will go probably explain the call to Jones at the mound. But runner will advance the scoring position. And Evan Adamson, when the ump comes back and is good to go, will have his second at-bat here, hitting the cleanup position here this evening. So Adamson will step up to the plate. And we'll get resumed. First pitch swinging for Adamson right to the third baseman. And we'll have to make a decision. Runner's caught right in between third and second, potentially in a pickle here. Throw to second, gets the tag, out 3. And a nice play by the infield there of the Brockville Braves as Cody Line was testing his luck in between the third and second on the base path. And the Braves get him. Out number 3, 3-run score for the Colts. It's 8-0 after 2 when we return the Braves back to the bat, still looking to get on the board here in the District 7 Championship, Game 1 between the Kingston Colts and the Brockville Braves.
At the end of 2, the score is Kingston 8, Brockville no score. Pitch count for Jones after 2.
62 pitches. 6-2.
You okay up there? I'm good. It has to be a connection issue somewhere. Because it's fine and it just dies. One sec. Check that one at the power bar again. Maybe squeeze it. Yep, there it is.
It was out a little.
Yep, there you go.
Pitch count for Jones after 2. 62 pitches. 6-2. Now batting for the Brockville Braves, number 12, Emmett O'Grady.
So we'll get the top of the third inning underway here between the Kingston Colts and the Brockville Braves in the District 7 Championship. Winner will go to Timmins, Ontario for the Provincial Championship. So a bit of a far distance, almost, well, pretty far within Ontario, so quite the ride, but a big opportunity for either one of these teams, depending on who will take it. It's Emmett O'Grady leading things off for the Braves. And looking to change things up after not the start the Braves would have wanted. They're down by 8 here early on. Fouls that one back for a strike. Ollie Gallup back at the mound for his third inning of work. Here's a 2-1. Strike two. All over the strike zone there as O'Grady takes it looking and now is up against it. Needs to protect here, or Gallup looking for a leadoff strikeout. 2-2 pitch and gets a piece of it. O'Grady does. It's a light hit one on the infield. Dies on the grass. Gallup picks it up, throws to first off the mark. It's a leadoff single for O'Grady. Maybe not the most powerful one, but it was perfectly placed as he turned the Jets on. So a runner at first for the Braves, and we hit the bottom of the order. Here's Bryson Longton for the Braves. Playing behind the plate this evening for Brockville. First pitch for Longton over top of his head for a ball, having to duck and get away from it, so he'll focus back up and shake that one off. Here's the 1-0. Almost a similar location to that last one. For ball two, takes an early lead. Gallup will have to adjust and, well, maybe probably attack the strike zone aggressively here now. 2-0 down after throwing the first two very much inside on Longton. 2-0 pitch. Inside again, ball three. And a 3-0 count in full favor of Bryson. An opportunity here to get on base with a 4-pitch walk, which would also move O'Grady over to second in the scoring position. And Gallup needing to battle. 3-0 pitch. Ball four. The call up high. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Longton. We'll put him on first and move O'Grady to second. We go back to the top of the order. So, well, if you're going to have the opportunity to go back to the top of the order with 2 runners on, that's pretty ideal for the Braves. And here's Provost. Chance for the Braves to pick up some huge runs. Provost shows bunt. He squares it, hits it lightly. Gallup will get to it eventually, but Provost will beat the throw. It's bases loaded here for the Braves. Yeah, it's two very, well, one was a bunt and the other one was just very lightly hit by O'Grady, but both able to get on base after similar location. It's on the left side of the infield grass. And neither Gallup or Ward or even Bedard over at third able to get to it in time and throw it to Kimmerly over at first. And here's Camden Jones to the plate with the bases loaded. Just looking to get the Braves on the board. And with 0 outs, it's a great opportunity to do so. Gets on the end of it, hits it to Bedard, able to get there quickly. Play force out at first, at home plate. Throws to first, will be off, but they save any runs from getting scored. We'll get out number 1. The bases will maintain being loaded, and we'll move to clean up. Not clean up hitter. This is in the third spot, Bryce Toll. So here's Toll. That's first pitch away for ball 1. Toll the lefty, as there's a couple lefties in the top of the lineup for the Braves. And we'll have a 1-0 pitch from Gallup. Go swinging, strike one. Nice pitch there from Gallup, who has himself in a Bit of a jam here with no outs and the bases loaded. Pardon me, make that 1 out. 1-1. A chopper high over Bedard's head. 1 run will come around, another one being waved from second. The throw a little late, 2-run score for the Braves. And they get themselves on the board here. And it's 2 RBIs and a single for Toll. And it's an 8-2 game. May still seem wide open for the Colts, but that is huge for the confidence of the Braves looking to get their evening started from the bats. And here's cleanup hitter Brandon Lanigan. First pitch swinging, lines it right up the third baseline. Jones being waved around. And it's an RBI double for Lanigan as he smashed that one right to left field. And it rode perfectly up the baseline. And the Braves get another run. Have a runner also base it away. 2 runners in scoring position. And the Braves' offense has sprung open. 3 runs scored here. Down 5-run game here in the top of the third. This coach will go have a word with Gallup. We'll see if that potentially will do it for his outing at the mound, or if they'll keep him in it, and it's just a talk with the infield. Just get everybody on the same page. And he will stay at the mound, so he'll continue to try to battle his way out of it. 2 runners in scoring position, and here's Emerson Stewart at the plate. First pitch to Stewart. Strike 1. Beautiful pitch there. Made its way, started inside and then made its way, broke back into the strike zone. We'll get a piece of it as it paints it. And we'll see strike 1. So we'll see if after coach in the infield had a word, can get Gallup back to the way he was in the first 2 innings. That's a ground ball hit to the shortstop, throws to first in time for out number 2. Play to third, got him! Double play to end the top of the 3rd inning. Run does score to make it 8-4, cut the lead that the Colts once had in half, but that is a huge play as they throw it back-to-back times across the diamond, once from short to first and then fired from 3 to 5 to end the top of the 3rd. When we return, it's the Colts back at the bat, only up by 4, looking to, well, get their lead back to what it was potentially when we return here in the District 7 Championship between the Colts and the Braves.
Pitch count for Gallup. 48.
It's either a charger or an adapter. I got lots of C's.
Leading off for the Colts, number 22, Dylan Kimberly. Now batting number 32, Everett Walton.
So we join you back here for the bottom of the third inning. Apologies for the delay. It's one down here for the Braves and an 0-2 count for Walton. At the plate and a chance for Jones to find back-to-back outs here. First ball up high. So in the game where the Colts looked very dominant to start the game, the Braves have got their offense going and looking to continue things on the defensive end. One's fouled back, so Walton will continue to battle. Back-to-back foul balls. And he'll focus back up here. 1-2. One gets free and away for ball two. So a nice battle here from Walton. After that good take. No runners aboard after it was a play from 4-3, second to first to get out. A runner. And it chases it low, drop strike three, but should be an easy play. To first it is for out number two. And then the Braves looking to retire the side in order and then send themselves back to the offense.
Now batting number 24, Lucas.
And here's a Lucas Ward. Trying to keep things alive here for the Colts. So the Braves have, after it was the first inning of 5 runs, looked like a completely new team in the field to what they once were. Jones especially starting to feel himself getting up there in the pitch count. He's got to be at least the 70 mark now or getting close to it. So Ward looking to keep things alive, gets on the end of the bat and will hit it right down into no man's land, and Ward beat the throw to first. And a nice hit there for Lucas Ward. He'll get aboard first and just dip down. Just had enough power to get over to the infield and, well, dip before it gets to the outfield.
Number 27.
And he'll head back to the dugout with the 2-out catcher rule and prepare for an inning of defense. Walton over to first. Take his place. Here's Noah Bedard. Look to keep the inning going here for the Colts. First pitch to Bedard. Walton will get the green light to go to second. Swing and a miss at the plate. Throw, tag, tad late. Another good throw there from the catcher, as sometimes you see attempts that are just so off, and you just know that, well, the other team kind of can just get every opportunity they want to run from first to second. But if you have a catcher that's confident in his arm, that's a game changer. That's strike 2 against Bedard. 75 pitches for Jones. Well, after this, he won't be able to pitch tomorrow or potentially even on Monday, if there is a game on Monday, that is. Runner will go to third. Longton thought was ready to throw, and then it fell out of his glove just at the very end. So Walton goes from one corner to the other and has himself a base hit away. We'll see if Bedard can capitalize. He is 2 strikes against him. Got to be careful. There's a ball outside. Works him to a pair of 2s. Will foul that one back and stay alive. Gets a piece of it. The barrel's just a tad low. Gets on the bottom of that ball and will make his way back to the plate. So, Noah Bedard knows the situation he's in with 2 outs against him. Just needed to get any sort of bat on that ball to stay alive. He does it again, fouls it back. Will stay with 2 strikes against him. Hard to do, but Bedard making it happen. Jones attacking the strike zone, just wanting to find it. He does have another ball to work with, would put us to a full count. We'll see if he tries to use it. As the battle between these two continues, he does. Bounce from the dirt, gets away a little bit from Longton. He'll make his way behind the plate to retrieve it, and no runner will go with Walton at third. With a deep backstop here at this field at Woodbine Park, it gives a lot of opportunity for runners to go if it gets behind the catcher. The full count pitch, ball 4. And a beautiful battle from Noah Bedard works his way from 0-2 to a 4-2 win in the count. Bedard advances himself, puts runners in the corners. And here's Colton Jaudoin to the plate. First pitch as Jaudoin will dip low. This one gets to the very back of the backstop to the fence. Walton comes through. Scores the first run in the bottom of the third for the Colts, which started off so successfully for the Braves with back-to-back outs. Looked like they could even retire the side in order. The Colts able to muster up a run and have a runner in scoring position at second. And a 1-0 count here for Jaudoin. First pitch popped up. Looks like it might get down, but a nice play from the shortstop to potentially cover for the third baseman and for the left fielder, as it was hit right in between the 3 of them. Able to get there for out number 3. 1 run will score for the Colts. It is their lowest scoring inning out of the 3. The Braves looking better and better on the defensive side of the ball as they'll send themselves to the offense. Down by 5. We're able to put up 4 runs in the top of the third. We'll see what they can do when we return for the top of the 4th inning here watching the District 7 Championship.
Brockville bench. Coach, Brockville coach. Coach, 83 pitches. Okay. Devin, we're dead again. Devin.
There you go. Should be back. Back.
Yeah.
It's like time's out.
That's a first out there from the Colts, as I was about to say, leading things off for the Brockville Braves. That was number
Now batting number 88, Grayson.
That was number 26,
Andrews.
Lachlan Boyle. But a nice play to get to Kimberly at first out for the Colts as they look to, well, maintain their lead. They're up by 5, but we have seen the offense get going here for the Braves in the last inning they had in the top of the third, scoring 4 runs. Next up to the bats is Grayson Andrus. Ground ball gets through the glove of Gallup at the mound, able to recover, throw it to first, and the Colts infield find back-to-back outs. Nice play there at second. That's Colton Jodoin, and back-to-back plays as he found that ball making its way to himself back-to-back times in a quick 2 down. Looking to make it 3 up, 3 down for the Colts and send themselves back to the offense. Here's 4, Aaron Jansen. First pitch to Jansen, fouled off. As Gallup looking to have himself a quick inning, keep his pitch count as low as possible. We'll see how deep he goes into this game. Already 3 innings and 2/3 into it. 0-1 pitch from Gallup. Andrus swings in it high up in the zone. Will foul it back for strike 2. Back-to-back foul balls for Jansen. And a chance for Gallup to find a strikeout and end the inning. Trying to make it a quick one, the Colts are. The 0-2 pitch gets it. Strike 3, 3 up, 3 down. A perfect inning from the Kingston Colts. When we return, they send themselves back to the bats. Still up by 5 in the District 7 Championship. That was a quick top of the 4th. We'll see the bottom of the 4th when we return.
Kingston bench. 5-3 pitches, 5-3.
Still on the mound. He's still catching. So this guy has 2 pitches left. He can go 95, right? There's 12 pitches. 5-3, yeah. 5-3. Lead it off.
That's me. Much easier up here.
Leading off for the Colts in the bottom of the 4th. Number 7, Quinn McCarthy.
You don't want to see this. Yeah. Yeah.
So we join you back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. A very, very quick hitting in the top of the 4th as it was a defensive masterclass from the Colts. Back-to-back plays from Colton Jodoin to Kimberly at first, and then a strikeout from Gallup at the mound to end it. Still at the mound is Jones for his 4th inning. Leading things off is Quinn McCarty. So we'll see if the Colts can transition that momentum that was created in the top of the 4th here to the offense. Up by 5. So they have themselves a lead. They have had a substantial lead for a majority of this game. But we'll love to extend it, keep it comfortable, as we've seen the Braves put up runs in the bottom of the, probably the top of the 3rd, they put up 4. So they're very capable of it. And McCarty chases that one away, as he had really had to reach for it for a strike in a 3-1 count. Still a chance for a leadoff walk here. Jones needs to find the strike zone. 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. And McCarty will get himself a leadoff walk and aboard first base. So we'll move on to the order. Ollie Gallup. We'll see if he makes his way back to the mound. 53 pitches for the young fella at the Hill through 4 innings of work. Well, that's very efficient. That's about 12 pitches per inning. Runner's going to go to second. The throw on the other side of the bag. McCarty with a successful steal. Will get himself into a scoring position. And Gallup will step back up to the plate. Will lean into it, but takes it looking for a strike as that clips the inside. And so we'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1 for McCarty. Pardon me, make that Gallup. McCarty's over at second. Just misses low. Jones would have wanted it. As he was just there, and well, Jones very deep into the pitch count here. That's popped up. The catcher making its way and makes the grab. He's able to hold on. As that was just lightly popped up into foul territory off the first baseline, and Longton able to pop up and make the grab. So that's out number 1. And we'll send Gallup back to the dugout. And here's Lane Harrington to the plate. Still a runner in scoring position over at second. First pitch to Harrington up high for ball 1. As we hit the bottom of the order for the Colts, with Bowie on deck. It's the 1-0 to Harrington. Gets a piece of it, hammers it to center, and jumping up effort from the center fielder gets over top of him. As Lanigan wasn't able to make the grab. Looked like he had it. Run will score as McCarty comes around, and it's an RBI double for Lane Harrington. And the Colts make it 10 runs, get themselves in the double digits here. As coach will come to the mound. And this could do it for Jones, and I believe potentially will. So Camden Jones goes 3 1/3 innings from the bump. And we'll see who will take his place momentarily. Looks to be number 26 taking to the mound, Lachlan Boyle. So Boyle will take some warm-up pitches, and when we get underway, he will face the top of the order of the Colts. We've seen the top of the order do some major damage before and have an opportunity to do so with a fresh pitcher coming into this game. So we'll take a moment. Ronan Bowie will be at the plate. Jones, probably not the outing he would have wanted, gives up 10 runs. And we'll see if when Boyle comes to the bump, if he can slow down the offense of the Colts team, which is a tall, tall task for anybody.
Now pitching for Brockville, number 26, Lachlan Boyle. Now hitting for the Colts, number 21, Ronan Bowie.
And so we'll get this game resumed here after the pitching change. So Camden Jones does his outing, as I already said, 3 1/3. And here's Boyle. We'll see how he gets started. Facing the top of the order, back to the top, it's the lefty. Leading things off, Ronan Bowie. As Lane Harrington over at second as he hit a hard hit ball over the top of the center fielder's head. It's ball 1 for Bowie. Here's the 1-0, goes swinging. That one is something he liked. Finds a lot of the strike zone there, so Boyle will get a strike 1. Will find his first strike of the evening and start his battle. Here's the 1-1. Just kind of launches it inside and low for ball 2. And every time a fresh pitcher comes into this game, it's always, well, it comes into any game, it's always interesting to see how they perform. Obviously, you're coming in fresh into a situation where your team needs somebody to perform, down by 6 in this situation. That one's fired off the left field line into foul territory, so we'll see strike 2 against Bowie, but we'll see if Bowie can, make that his counterpart at the mound, Boyle, can come up huge for his team, play some shutout baseball and try to keep this game as close as possible, or if the Colts can get to a fresh pitcher, strike 3 on Bowie, and Boyle faces his first batter and strikes him out for out number 2.
Number 0, Milo Wand.
So here's Milo Wand to the plate. Still with Harrington over at second. First pitch for Wand popped up. Looks like it potentially could get into foul territory, and it will. A couple fans go for the catch. No one can make it. We'll have strike 1 at the plate. As Wand fouls it back, so he'll focus back up here in the 2 spot. Hitting in the 2 spot this afternoon. Make that this evening. It's 7:19. Oh, 1. Lobbed up high for ball number 1. So Boyle looks like he's got a little bit more velocity than Jones. If he can use that and find the strike zone, although that means the whole lineup's got to adjust. And Juan will just get a piece of it, I believe, and foul it off. And we'll find strike 2 and a chance to end the inning here for the Braves if one more gets through. Boyle would love to find it. Looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Juan looking to battle 1-2 inside by the feet for another ball. And Harrington with a very aggressive leadoff. He's right in the middle of the 2 base pass. Will be forced to go back to second after Longton ran almost all the way back to the mound to back him off. So Mond will get ready here and we'll get resumed. Ground ball, hit to the shortstop, able to cradle it, throw to first, just a tad short. Harrington will see an opportunity after it bobbles off the first baseman's glove and score a run. Some beautiful base running there from Lane Harrington, and the Colts make it 11-4.
Now batting number 23.
And what looked like could have been a routine play from 6-3 ends up with a runner on first and a run scored for the Colts. And there's Cody Lyon to the plate. His third at-bat already here in this game as the Colts have made their way through the lineup a couple of times. Runner's going to go to second to pop the throw from Longton. The tag gets out of the glove of Camden Jones over at second, so nothing will be made of it. And a successful steal there from Milo Wand. Moves himself into a scoring position. That's up high on line for a ball. Line, whenever he gets a hold of the ball, can really hit with some power. We saw it all the way back in the bottom of the first where he hit a triple. And with a runner at second, wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get him around and score another run if he can get a hold of it. That's back-to-back balls, making that 3 balls in a row against the Lion. And a chance to put him aboard on first base with one more. Needs to start his battle back at the mound. Does Boyle. 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4 for Lion. He'll be given first base. And put a runner on first and second.
Number 17, Evan Adamson.
Here's Evan Adamson in the cleanup spot. And after a leadoff strikeout from Boyle, back-to-back runners get on. He'll toss the second and a nice run back there from Wand to stay safe. So we'll go back and resume for Adamson at the plate here. Here's the pitch from Boyle. Up high. We've seen a lot of those recently. It all started against Cody Lyon. Those balls above the strike zone to the eyesight level, helmet level of the batter. Needs to get it a tad lower if he wants to start to find the strike zone here. There's a strike. Nicely placed there from Boyle. That gets one back. And Adamson fires it right to left field. Runner will come around. This is Wand. And he'll just run right through home plate. 12-4 now is the Colts lead back to what it once was. 8 the difference.
Now batting number 22.
Just continue to put on the offense. It's an RBI single for Evan Adamson. And here's Dylan Kimberly to the plate. Looking to keep things going here. And well, Lachlan Boyle's got to take a reset after his confidence maybe a bit shot after 3 runners get to him in a row. First pitch up high for Kimberly for a ball. Still 2 outs here for the Braves, looking for one more to get themselves to send it to the top of the 5th. Couple looks back at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch up high again on Kimberly. Both runners will go. And Longton won't try it. He'll keep the ball in his glove and we'll have a 2-0 count here. Both runners now in scoring position at third and second. So Kimberly an early lead in this count. Here's a 2-0. Gets it low, gets a piece of it, right to the mound. And we'll get it to first for out number 3. So Lions 1 will not score. And the Braves are able to get out of it after it started with back-to-back outs. Looked very strong. The Colts add to their tally. The difference now 8. It's 12-4 as the Braves send themselves back to the bats for the top of the 5th inning. Need to get the offense going down by 8. We'll see if they can do so. We are watching the District 7 Championship between the Kingston Colts and the Brockville Braves.
pitch count for Boyle. 20 pitches, 2-0.
Mark's back out, yes.
Now batting for the Braves, number 12, Emmett O'Grady.
So leading things off here for the Brockville Braves in the top of the fifth, it's Emmett O'Grady. Gallup back at the mound, and I believe we're getting to close to his, probably his pitch limit here. I believe that's pitch number 54 for himself here in the top of the fifth. As that's ball one away. So the Colts added 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth to make it 12-4. And O'Grady gets to that one. He'll pop it, gets all the way to center. The scoop, the throw, gonna be close. Gets him. What a play to even get there in time, as I believe that was the center fielder who made that play. Made his way all the way in, able to scoop it, fire it to first, gets him out number 1. First pitch from Gallup, fired in there, strike 1. As Longton will take it looking. Back to we're at the bottom of the order here. So Bryson Longton just looking to get the offense going here in the top of the fifth. Now an 8-run game. That's away for a ball. I think ideally they would love to get out of this inning with Gallup still under that threshold. I believe the 65 threshold is what they're looking for. 1-1. Nice hold there from Longton. We'll take ball 2 as he thought about it there, but we'll hold off. Here's the 2-1. And fouled back. I believe that potentially it's fouled back right at the umpire. Needs to take a moment there. We'll see strike 2 though, as it was barely tipped from Longton, so still keeping the velocity of Gallup's pitch. He looks to be good to go, as he'll take back behind the plate. You always got to look out for the umpires here. That is, they take a lot of beatings sometimes. So we'll resume here to 2-2. Potential strikeout here for Gallup. Longton looking to stay alive. Up high, ball 3. Move us to a full count here. At the plate. And a huge pitching coming from Gallup. Could put a runner aboard or find a strikeout. The full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And a nice pitch and a finish there from Gallup for out number 2. 2 down, 1 to go here for the Colts, looking to retire the sign in order. We'll go back to the top of the order here for the Braves. Here's Keelan Provost. And Provost playing third base in the field. Just looking to spark, give some spark for the Braves, now down by 8. First pitch swinging on the ground. Kimmerly will take a bounce off of himself, a hard one at that, and he won't be able to recover. Provost will get on first, and that's just a hard read there for Kimmerly, as that ball was really bouncing on the infield grass. So Provost ambushes the first pitch, and we'll get on base here. So here's Camden Jones. Starting the game on the mound. Now finds himself at the plate for his second, I believe, second or third. I'm going to say third at-bat here in this game. Throw to first. He'll just send a message as he gets back in time with the slide. Nice take there from Jones. They'll try first once more. Won't get him. So that's a ball at the plate for Jones. We'll see how many more pitches Gallup goes. I don't know how much longer he's going to go. He reaches for that one, Jones does. Swing and a miss. Strike is the call. And a 1-1 count to the first two. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up high, and that's the third time that Ward will test runner over at first. He gets back once more. Really making sure that Provost isn't getting too excited over there at first to potentially go to second. I'd like to keep him there. Out of a scoring position. Here's the 2-1. Goes. Will it be a strike at the plate? Throw to second. The tag is not there. And safe with a slide, Provost is. Close call. But Provost with a successful steal. Ward was all over him after trying to get him out 3 times. Throws over to first. Finally sees his opportunity. Fires it to second. Beautiful throw. Just the tag not there. Safe and sound. It's a 2-2 count at the plate here as we get back to it. Chance to end the top of the 5th. 2-2 pitch from Gallup. Strike 3 gets him. Perfect finish. Leaves a runner stranded at second. And the Colts send themselves back to the bats. We'll see if that's potentially the last inning of work from Ollie Gallup. It's an 8-run game after top of the 5th. When we return, it's the Colts back at the bats with already an 8-run lead, looking to extend it when we come back in the District 7 championship game with a chance to go to Timmins, Ontario to play in the provincial championship on the line.
New pitcher, number 12.
Leading off for the Colts, the bottom of the 5th, number 32, Everett Walton.
Leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Kingston Colts, it's Everett Walton. Takes strike 1 swinging there. Pitching change as well for the Brockville Braves at the mound. It's Emmett O'Grady. So O'Grady, who's had some success at the bats here this evening, goes from left field here to, well, the head position at the mound. So I'm going to keep this game as close as possible. Swing and a miss from Walton, low in the zone. We'll call time and take a moment there. 2 strikes against him. O'Grady looking to start things off with a potential strikeout here. So Walton will regroup and make his way back to the plate. Here's an 0-2 pitch from O'Grady. Up high for a ball. Moves this count to 1-2. And Walton like that one, swing and a miss. Drop strike 3 though. That's a deep throw behind the backstop. Won't get to first, and Walton will thank his lucky stars as he went out swinging, but will find himself at first after he's able to run it out.
Now batting number 24, Lucas Ward.
There's Lucas Ward to the plate. The runner over at first just going to look to advance him into a scoring position. O'Grady, the lefty, having a good look at first. Hard bounce off Jansen. It's going to be a race for first. The tag's applied on Ward for out number 1. Will advance the runner to second. Nice recovery there by Jansen after they fumbled the ball. And here's Noah Bedard at the plate. So O'Grady, the lefty, having a good look at runners over at first. Runner's going to go to third. Here's the throw. The tag is there. And a nice throw there from Longton behind home plate. He saw that coming from, it looked like a mile away as the throw was just the pitch, the pop, the throw, all seamless. And by the time that ball got to third base with number 19, Keelan Provost over there, looked like they had ample time to apply the tag, and just like that, 2 down. Infield hit, scoot from short, throw to first, and that gets away from Jansen's glove. And what could have been the end of the bottom of the 5th will stay alive as it gets through the glove of Jansen, and we'll have Bedard over at first base.
Now batting number 13, Colton Jodoin.
Here's Colton Jodoin to the plate. Grady, a long look over at first. Turn the pitch outside for ball 1. A chance to keep this game at 12-4 in a shutout inning for the Braves if they're able to find one more out. Jodoin over top of O'Grady, looking to ride right up the second baseline. It does. So Jodoin will get himself a single after a hard hit bouncer gets over top of O'Grady at the mound. Advances the runners to first and second. And here's Quinn McCarty to the plate. Chance with potentially a base hit or a walk to load the bases up here for the Colts. McCarty goes swinging low on that one for strike 1. Still with 2 outs here for the Braves. Looking for the final one though. 0-1, make that 1-1 with the ball outside. Grady takes his time. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. McCarty takes it looking. Will paint the outside. And a chance for a strikeout here for O'Grady to end the inning. McCarty looking to stay alive. Will watch that one move away for ball number 2. Just a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from McCarty. Strike 3 to end the bottom of the 5th inning. And a scoreless inning there from the Colts. One of the first ones of the ball game for themselves through the first 5 innings. And will remain at 8 the difference as the Braves send themselves back at the bats, looking to get their offense going, down by 8 and reaching the final 2 innings of the ball game. They'd like to get it sooner rather than later if they want to have an opportunity to take Game 1 of the District 7 Championship. When we return, it's the Braves at the bats in the top of the 6th inning.
Pitch count for O'Grady, 14-1-4. At the end of 5, score remains Kingston 12, Brockville 4.
Mercy after 6.
And so we'll get the top of the 6th inning underway here between the Braves and the Colts. Now one outside
Now
for
batting number 86.
ball one.
Bryce
It's still
Hill.
Ollie Gallup at the mound, looking to potentially even finish up this game. And leading things off for the Braves, it's number 86. It is. I had to see the second number there. This is Bryce Toll in the leadoff spot. Hitting in the 3rd spot in the lineup too. So still near the top of the order here for the Braves, which is, well, good for them. That's what they need right now. They are. It is the 10-run mercy rule after innings 5 and 6. So if they're going to want to stay in it, as soon as this game hits 10 runs in the Colts' favor, and if it does, it would end. So the Braves need to stay alive here. And with the difference now at 8 and the offense looking to get going in the bottom of the 6th for the Colts, they have to get some runs here. As that's a strikeout, a leadoff strikeout from Ollie Gallup, able to get Toll swinging. We'll move to cleanup hitter Lanigan, Brendan Lanigan.
Now batting number 34, Brendan Lanigan.
As Warren made his way to coach over at the dugout, just a quick discussion there. And we'll get resumed as Gallup will face Lanigan. Very successful evening here from Gallup. The perfect start the Colts needed. That one just low. Lots of velocity on it, though, for ball 1. But he's had perfect. He's had great control over his arm this evening. One inning maybe where he let up 4 runs, but other than that, he's been perfect through now 5 1/3. It's a ground ball from Lanigan. Nice backhand from Bedard. 5-3 in time. Beautiful play from Noah Bedard with the backhand and the fire to Kimberly for out number 2. Quick 2 down here for the Colts, trying to make a 3-up, 3 down.
Emerson Stewart.
And here's Emerson Stewart looking to keep things alive here in the top of the 6th inning for the Brockville Braves. First pitch from Gallup against Stewart. Stewart will foul it back on a pitch that looked like it started inside and then broke back towards the plate. So we'll start this count off with a strike. It's the 0-1. Lots of movement on that one. It's not enough break to make it its way back towards the strike zone. So that's inside. We'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1 on Stewart. That's strike 2, though. Clips the top of the strike zone, and just like that, Stewart's up against it, needs to protect. And Gallup looking for a big strikeout here. It'd be the 2nd strikeout at the top of the 6th, and sending his team back to the bats to potentially end the game. Up high, strike 3. Gets some swinging to end the top of the 6th inning. And a beautiful performance from Ollie Gallup, which could be potentially his final one. And the Colts will send themselves back to the bats with an opportunity to walk it off with a mercy rule of 10 runs after the 6th inning. And the difference now 8. They just need 2. The Braves and
Nope. Still going, yep.
And the Braves came out there looking like thought the mercy rule was in effect, but it is 10 runs after 6. So if 2 runs score, then we'll see that happen. But the Braves will have to play defense potentially one more time. The Colts with a chance to end it when we return for the bottom of the 6th in the District 7 championships.
Leading off for the Colts in the bottom of the sixth, number 18, Ollie Gallup.
Bottom of the sixth inning underway here at Woodbine Park in the District 7 Championship between the Kingston Colts and the Brockville Braves. A chance to potentially even end the ball game as if 2 runs scored, the mercy rule would come into effect, which is 10 runs after 5 and 6. And we're at inning number 6. So a chance for the Colts to end things maybe a tad early. Leading things off, it's the pitcher who's pitched through the first 6 innings, only allowing 4 runs, which all came in a single inning. So he's pitched, well, 5 shutout innings apart from that one. It's Ollie Gallup. That one's away for another ball. And a quick early lead here for Gallup. It's O'Grady back at the mound, the lefty, for his second inning of work. (2-0). Gallup pops it up. Second baseman and the shortstop get confused. Nobody goes for it as they both leave it for each other, and Gallup will get to first. Not the play the Braves would have wanted, especially in a district championship game where you just need to be on the same page, and a ball just dropped in between the two, and the infield needs to get the communication going. So lead-off runner on first base for the Colts. They will hit bottom of the order with Lane Harrington. That's strike 1. Just dips down and barely tips that top of the strike zone. Gets the call his way. And we'll start off 0-1. Harrington gets a piece of it right to the first baseman. Will get the out at first, turns, fires to second, and Gallup will get the second in time with a slide. And so a potential sacrifice play there from Harrington moves the runner to a scoring position.
Now batting number 21, Ronan Bowie.
Go back to the top of the order here with Ronan Bowie. And so I guess walk-off run technically at home plate as right now, if he was able to get around. First pitch to Bowie. Takes a looking, strike 1. O'Grady looking to continue his battle. The lefty pitched a shutout inning in the last one, keeping it 12-4. And Bowie barely gets a piece of it, fouls it off the first baseline. We strike 2 against him. And now he's got to protect. O'Grady looking for a strikeout here. Up high for a ball, so close there from Bowie. Good take though. Just up high above the strike zone. O'Grady maybe doesn't throw with the most velocity, but has a lot of movement on his pitches. That is unable to be located from the catcher. Here's a chance, throw to third. Gets all the way to left field, and now he'll see an opportunity to score. Gallup will come home. The throw, a tad late. And the Colts will score a run. Make the difference now 9. 13-4. Which leaves only one more run needed if the Colts want to win the game with the mercy rule. So we'll continue with Bowie's at-bat after the ump cleans the plate after Gallup came slided in. Bowie popped up, second baseman moving back, makes the grab for out number 2. That's another light hit ball. We've seen some struggles with some of those though earlier where maybe the sun gets in your eyes, it gets over top, some drop balls, but that one is successful. 2 down, 1 to go here in the bottom 6 for the Braves. Milo Wand represents the Mercy Rule walk-off run for the Colts. Looking to get around. First pitch from O'Grady. Wand gets a piece of it. Second baseman moving back, makes the grab for back-to-back catches. And we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. The Braves need 9 runs here if they want to stay alive and force the bottom of the 7th here in the District 7 Championship. Game 1 game out of the best of 3. The Braves, if they're going to want to get back into it, they need 9 when we return for the top of the 7th inning.
At the end of 6, Kingston 13, Brockville 4. Pitch count for O'Grady, 25.
And so Ward is back in for the 7th.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
7-7.
Sorry? No. Terrified.
We have a jumper.
Let me jump, please.
Leading off for the Braves, number 26, Lachlan Boyle.
Top of the 7th inning here between the Colts and the Braves, and a chance to, well, end things with a successful inning here at the top of the 7th. And the defense from the Colts, and while that's a successful start for sure, a play from 4-3. As an easy catch for Kimmerly there, and a nice
Now
play.
batting number 88. Grace.
Ollie Gallup back at the mound. Won't be able to pitch in potentially the next 2 games if we see 2. Just gonna let them finish it out here. 2 outs are needed after a quick first one. And here's Grayson
Now batting number
Andrus
88,
to the
Grayson Andrus.
So Andrews with a tall task, needing to just make something happen. The defense has been very, very solid for the Colts through the first 6. That one's popped up. The left fielder moving his way in, but will get called off for the shortstop to make the grab. And that's out number 2. Quick
Now
2
batting
down for the Kingston Colts.
number
We're
4,
1 out away
Aaron
from
Jansen.
taking game 1 here. And it's Aaron Jansen to the plate. Trying to keep things alive. It's Milo Wand with that last catch at shortstop. Gallup had a strong evening. Looking to finish it off. First pitch to Jansen. Ground ball. Wand with the catch, throws to first. That's the ball game. And the Kingston
That's the ball
Colts
game.
take game 1 of the District 7 Championship and will put themselves onto
Game
series
2
point
of this series will
tomorrow.
go 6 o'clock
6 o'clock
tomorrow
first
night
pitch
at
at
McGaffin
McGaffin
Park.
Park. If you can't be there, of course, we'll have it here on the Kingston Baseball Association YouTube channel. The Kingston Colts win this one, a final score of 13-4. We'll see you tomorrow for game 2, where the Colts will have an opportunity to book their ticket with a win tomorrow to Timmins, Ontario. I've been Jacob Ewing. One more time, final score 13-4 for the Kingston.